Arknight's Endfield version 1.3 is actually looking like a fairly significant patch for the game, and to showcase all of that new content coming up, Endfield had a live stream this morning for version 1.3, and today I'm going to be going over everything that was in it so that you know everything new in Endfield 1.3. My name is Braxophone, but you can call me Brax, and let's talk about what's new in Arknight's Endfield version 1.3. First off, in version 1.3, we are getting two brand new 6-star characters, and those are gonna be Mifu and Camille. This isn't our first time seeing Mifu, and I sure hope it won't be my last, because oh my god. She's a physical guard unit that deals with a lot of crush and different vulnerabilities. She uses a greatsword, and she has gauntlet-based attacks, which is just so cool. Her skill is actually very interesting because it's actually a 3-part skill where you need to press the button 3 different times. The first time costing 100 SP and returning some SP, and then the second and third time costing 50 instead of the usual 100 that most other characters use. But using all 3 of them in succession will allow you to get all of the benefits, whether it's bringing enemies to you, applying different vulnerabilities like crush, or just dishing out really high damage. But seeing as she is a physical unit, I do expect that she's going to be quite hard to figure out. After all, based on this live stream alone, she looks very complicated, and that's without accounting for the 30,000 different rotations you can do with other physical characters. Then we have Camille, who is a vampire, a Heat Vanguard, and they use a polearm. Honestly, their character design is just really sick, and I absolutely will be pulling for them regardless of what they do. But luckily, they did actually show us what he does. His ult rains down a storm of spears, and it looks highly threatening, but I also wouldn't mind if it hit me. The cool thing with Camille is that his combo skill and ultimate are both going to restore a lot of skill points. He's also able to apply the weakened state to enemies, as well as heat infliction and heat susceptibility, so he's going to be great in your heat-based teams, as well as teams with Rossi. Overall, the characters being added in this patch seem very appealing to me in particular, and I can't wait. But aside from the 2 new characters, we are also getting a new map, and this is the Sword Vault Dale. This new zone is absolutely gorgeous and seems like it's based on China's Tianmen mountain range, or at least loosely based on it. In this new zone, you'll find new puzzles that are themed around treasure hunting. And as always, with a new zone, we have new enemies and new bosses. The main boss I want to talk about is the Crag Howler, which honestly seems pretty cool. They put an emphasis on the new enemies attacking using the environment, which I think is a cool twist. But for those of us who get through the main story content very quickly in a new patch, there are some brand new game modes that we have to look forward to. One of them is called the Trial of Swordmancy. And if you've done any Umbral Monument, it is kind of similar to that, but it's a little bit more complex. More enemies will be added to make the stage stronger, and you get better rewards for doing so. The cool thing with this game mode is that you can actually pre-place towers in order to help you with the game mode. The arena for the trial itself can be upgraded with Wuling stock bills, and seeing as it's new content, there will also be some limited time rewards tied to it. But honestly, I think the most exciting thing this patch, for me personally at least, is Contingency Contract. Now, if you don't know what Contingency Contract is, Contingency Contract is a game mode in Arknights, and it is an endgame mode. This is because it is notoriously difficult. It is one of the most difficult endgames in all of gacha gaming, and they've decided to add their own version of it to version 1.3. The way this works is that you're able to fully control the difficulty of the endgame mode, but based on that difficulty, you'll see different rewards. You can make your challenge more difficult by adding modifiers. For example, you can disable dodging, or you can make it so that you can't switch operators on field. There are modifiers with both positive and negative effects, so if you just want to try and fight your way through it once and you're struggling with the content normally, you can make it easier for yourself. Enemies will come in waves during Contingency Contract, and in between waves there are healing opportunities. Eventually, through Contingency Contract, you'll be able to obtain some tokens that can be exchanged in a reward shop for stuff like Oro Barrels and Marks of Perseverance. If you get pretty far, you also get bragging rights, which is probably the best thing they could have given us. You'll be able to show off your progress on your profile. And because they're releasing a new endgame mode that's supposed to be very difficult, they're adding a sanity event tied to it called Contingency Readiness. Contingency Readiness is going to be an event that is an all-rounder event giving you access to tons of useful items, like Wuling batteries to artifice your gear, coolant gel for your weapon infusions, and extra sanity and sanity usage permits. All of these things will massively help accelerate the pace of your account progression, and you should absolutely take advantage of it in 1.3 because we don't know how often this event's going to be coming back. As mentioned earlier, I really do think Contingency Contingency contract is one of the things I'm most excited for this patch, and I hope you guys can enjoy it because I think this is going to finally be the endgame content that a lot of people have been asking for. Now, in terms of limited time events, there are some events that are going to be going away after the patch is gone, and this includes a limited time camera event where you have to go around taking photos, headhunting events for Mifu and Camille, daily login with some free polls of course, a Mifu story event, a Camille story event, 2 brand new Umbral Monument stages are also on the way, and a brand new guide event for the new map area. And it wouldn't be a new Endfield patch if we didn't get some new craftable gear like the Chingbo gear pack and the Swordmancer gear pack that's going to be updated and added to the game to allow us some different stats for these same old sets. They've also added the brand new Grizzled Edge gear pack, which could be for literally anyone at this point. But you guys know how Arknight's Endfield gearing is. It's actually pretty easy to get gear. It just takes you time to make sure you can get them completely maxed. And ultimately, no matter how much new gear they add, that will always be the case. Unless they decide to add gear with RNG substats or something, in which case that would be horrendous. Please don't do that. And of course, with new gear and new characters comes new weapons for those characters. So if you choose to pull in the weapon banner, there are 2 new weapons for you as well. And on top of all of this new stuff, they also have made incredible quality of life improvements, and probably some of the most important ones that we've been asking for since launch. They added a brand new bulk artificing function for gear. So if you're trying to artifice a gear piece and max it out, it will continuously use multiple different gear pieces that you've selected until success. I can't tell you how many times I've had to go left to right clicking on each individual gear piece trying to artifice something, and I'm so glad they're adding this. Endfield is also adding bulk weapon dismantling and bulk weapon lock management. These new features will help you easily keep track of and deal with all of the extra weapon bulk that you don't want, and also help you lock everything that you want to keep. When you're essence farming, they actually made it a lot easier to find the specific essences that you want to farm. You can select a specific weapon when you're essence farming, and an icon will appear when you get the essence for that weapon, and the essence will become locked. There's lots of other quality of life as well, such as mission priorities being set in the journal menu, keyboard and mouse and controller optimizations, a new regional overview mode in the regional development page, a backup power function for whenever your factory power goes out, Zhurnite relays and pylons now connect normally with external Zhurnite relays and pylons outside of the factory area, new indicators for enemies attacking off screen, new button to immediately return to the Dejong after visiting a friend, daily tasks have been updated to be easier and grant more points towards completing your dailies, and a brand new daily task for purchasing elastic goods. There really is a ton to look forward to in 1.3, but even beyond that, they gave us some teasers for some new stories, 2 new maps, a cutesy idol girl new character, big AIC updates involving gases, more mining spots, updates to the camera system, standalone ornaments page, better selection tools for overlapping stuff in factories, definition function for proper nouns and story dialogue. I mean, there's just so much stuff, guys. So this is what you have to look forward to in version 1.3. Hopefully this video was helpful and gets you excited about playing Endfield again, because I know I sure am excited to get back into the game, especially with Contingency contract, where I'm sure that I will not be bashing my skull into the wall. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like down below, and if you want to watch me play through the new Endfield story and catch up on some older stuff as well, follow my Twitch at twitch.tv/Braxophone. Thanks to Arknight's Endfield for sponsoring this video, and I'll catch you guys next time.